Hi, I'm Dr. Sam from University Animal Clinic, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about medications and what you should know about them when we prescribe them to your pet. So what conditions can medications for dogs help address? We use medications to address a wide range of issues. So whether it be from infection to pain to anxiety, we have medications for each of those categories that can help your pet. Some of the common medications we may be using are things like antibiotics or antifungals, anti-inflammatory medications, anxiety medications, anti-parasiticides when your pets get parasites, and other things like steroids, anti-itch medication. Allergies are a big thing, so all of these medications can be used. What are some of the side effects and adverse reactions my dog could experience from these medications? Most of those depend on the medication or the route they are given. Any medication given orally could have a risk of GI upset since we're intaking the medication that way, and any medication given as an injection could cause swelling at the injection site and irritation where the shot was given. More things than that really depend on the specific medication. You can have things like pain from the injection site or fevers, things like that, but all of those will depend on what the medication is. Will all dog medications require prescription? Predominantly, most of the medications we give here are prescribed by a veterinarian. Of course, there are some things over the counter we may recommend, like Benadryl for an allergic reaction, or Pepcid AC, which is famotidine for acid reflux that you can get over the counter. But most medications we are going to prescribe here are going to require a prescription. Do I have to bring in my dog into the vet's office in order to have a prescription written? Generally, as long as we have seen your pet within the year, depending on the medication, we can prescribe a prescription, especially if it's been prescribed before. Say it's been prescribed 6 months ago and now we need a refill or more of it, you may not have to bring your pet in for us to resubmit that prescription. Where can I get my pet's prescriptions filled? We have a number of options for you now. Of course, many and most of the medications that we prescribe can be filled right here in office with our pharmacy. So we have that available. We also can call them into human pharmacies like Publix, CVS, and Walgreens. And then we also have our online pharmacy. So you can request prescriptions on our website. Up in the right-hand corner is our online pharmacy, and you can request prescriptions that way that can be shipped directly to your home. How should I navigate drug interactions when my dog is on more than one medication? It's very important to remind your veterinarian and your veterinary staff what medications your pet is on. We will always ask that when you come in for an appointment so that we can make sure that we don't have any drug interactions. That is something that we will check and make sure, but always remind or ask if you're concerned that there's a medication that could have a reaction. Do I have to follow the exact dosage instructions the veterinarian or the pharmacy gives me? Yes, many medications are dose specific, and most of them we calculate directly for your pet's weight. So it will be a very specific amount for your pet's size to be effective. Things like going too low may make it ineffective, or going too high could have side effects and toxic effects. So it's really important to give the dose that we prescribe for you, unless you are told from the pharmacy or the veterinarian otherwise. If my dog is feeling better, do I have to finish the entire course of medication? Generally, the answer is yes, but it does depend on the medication. Antibiotics, absolutely. We always want you to finish those all the way out, because if not, that can lead to things like resistance and problems with antibiotics in the future for both your pet as well as people. But some medications, like cough medications, can be stopped and not finished if you didn't need to. Some anti-diarrheal medications, if the diarrhea has resolved, you may not need to finish them. So always ask, because it does depend on the medication. What happens if I miss a dose of my dog's medication? Ideally, depending on the medication, I'd recommend picking up that dose the next time you remember to, but always call and ask, because it depends on the medication. Again, if you're giving it twice a day, we don't want you to give double dosing at the same time. You may just pick up the evening dose if you missed the morning dose. What happens if I miss, how can I get my dog to take oral medication? There's lots of tips and tricks that we can give, from things like pill pockets to cheese, to a little bit of cream cheese can sometimes help. But we also have a great local compounding pharmacy locally, as well as through our online pharmacy. So if you're struggling to give your pet a pill and a liquid might be better, or even having it compounded into a little flavored tablet, we got you covered. We can do that. So just let us know. We can always have that prescription made in a better way to give your pet, Or there might be an injectable option now. We have more and more injectable options for things for our pets, so we might be able to do it that way. What should I do if my dog is refusing to take his medication? Again, call us and we can talk through some of the options, whether that be getting it in a different format or whether that would be an injectable form, things like that, on how we can help you get that medication in your pet. Can I give my dog medication meant for humans? So only if they've been prescribed by a veterinarian. Many of the medications that we give to our pets, that we prescribe for pets, are human medications. So it's quite common that they're getting the same medication you're getting, things like gabapentin, things like that. But you want to make sure that the dose is the exact dose. So I wouldn't give them your meds. We want to send you home with your dog's own gabapentin because their dosage is going to be very different than yours. What's the difference between brand name, trade name, and generic name of a medication? So the brand name is going to be kind of their branded version. So we'll use a medication, for example, Baytril. That's going to be the brand name. The generic name or the drug name might be something like enrofloxacin. So that is the drug itself, but the brand that may make it is Baytril. And so other companies may make it and they may call theirs something different, but that drug is always the same, and that's what's important, to make sure that it's the same. And then generics generally are going to be the exact same medication as the brand name, but hopefully for less expensive. And so when possible, we will try to use those whenever we can. Is it safe to buy my dog's medication online? When done from a reputable online pharmacy. I always suggest getting it through our online pharmacy. Again, you can do that through our website because we partner with a reputable online pharmacy. There are some other reputable online pharmacies, but it can be difficult to navigate and to make sure that they have a pharmacy license, that the medications are getting shipped to them and as well then shipped to you in a fashion that doesn't decrease the efficacy of the medication. We want to make sure the medication is safe for you to use and is effective because it's been handled properly. It's not been left in a hot truck for days on end. So I always suggest going with our online pharmacy because we have done the legwork for you to make sure that all of that medication is safe and efficacious for you. Are there any natural alternatives to medications I can use instead? You should always ask because you never know. We now have acupuncture here at University Animal Clinic with other forms of Chinese medicine, and so there could be other options for you. So making sure that you ask because you never know. There might be some great holistic options that we can talk about using as well, depending on what medication you're looking at. What can I do if I'm worried about giving my dog medication? Of course, always call us and ask. If you are worried about a drug, a dosage, the type of medication, or something you read online, give us a call. That is what we're here for. We can talk you through why we recommend the medication, why it's safe for your pet, and can walk through any of the concerns that you may have. So always, first and foremost, when you have a question, give us a call. So I hope that gave you guys some more information on medications that you could use for your pet. Again, as always, if you have questions, please give us a call here at University Animal Clinic. We are here to help, and we'll see you next time.